Is the Lakers front office about to fall for the shiny trap of Dereck Lively II, the so-called defensive tower, who's got scouts drooling, but could end up being nothing more than an expensive project that drains our assets without delivering rings? Absolutely not. Lively is fool's gold, an overhyped prospect whose raw potential is being blown way out of proportion, and chasing him would be a catastrophic blunder that mortgages our immediate contention for a kid who might never pan out in the purple and gold pressure cooker. Lakers Nation, welcome back to the channel where we don't chase fairy tales. We dismantle them with the kind of fiery, no-holds-barred analysis that separates hype from reality and keeps you ahead of the curve. I'm your host, the relentless voice calling out the traps and treasures in every Lakers rumor, and today, we're slicing to the latest buzz that's got fans and analysts divided like never before. Reports that the Los Angeles Lakers are eyeing Dallas Mavericks center Dereck Lively II, the 7-foot phenom with the wingspan of a condor and defensive instincts that have scouts labeling him a future rim protector extraordinaire. Fresh off his rookie season where he flashed promise with 2.4 blocks per game and solid rebounding, Lively's name is popping up in trade simulations and scout reports as a potential fix for our inconsistent interior defense, especially as we navigate early season injuries and a quest for frontcourt depth. But here's my scorching hot take, pulled straight from the most heated debates raging on podcasts like the Bill Simmons podcast and forums across ESPN and Reddit, where voices like Simmons himself have called Lively overrated lottery bait. Dereck Lively II is nothing but fool's gold for Lakers, a tantalizing but ultimately deceptive prospect whose upside is wildly exaggerated, and pursuing him would be a reckless waste of assets that ignores our win-now mandate, dooms us to developmental headaches, and leaves us vulnerable in a stacked Western Conference. Let's tear this apart argument by argument, backed by stats, comps, and brutal honesty, then project why resisting this temptation keeps our championship fire burning bright. To set the stage, let's quickly recap why Lively is even on the radar and why the hype machine is in overdrive, because understanding the allure makes debunking it all the more satisfying. At 20 years old, Lively bursts on the scene as a first-round pick, 12th overall in 2023, for the Mavericks, where he's shown flashes of the defensive prowess that Duke scouts raving, averaging 8.8 points, 7.6 rebounds, and those eye-popping 2.4 blocks in limited minutes last season. His 7 feet 7 inches wingspan makes him a natural deterrent in the paint, and in pick-and-roll coverage, he's got the mobility to switch and recover, holding opponents to just 48% shooting at the rim when he's contesting, per NBA advanced stats. Reports from outlets like The Athletic paint him as a project with high upside, the kind of young big who could evolve into a Rudy Gobert-like, providing the athleticism and rim protection we've craved since Dwight Howard heyday. For a Lakers team that struggled with interior consistency, allowing 52 points in the paint per game early this season amid injuries to LeBron James and others, Lively seems like a fresh injection of youth and energy. Trade mocks floating around, like those on Fadeaway World, suggest packages involving our picks or young pieces like Max Christie or Jalen Hood-Schifino to pry him from Dallas, who might be open to deals as they refine their roster post-Kyrie injury. It's tempting, right? A long-term anchor to pair with Anthony Davis, preserving our future while addressing defensive gaps. But that's where the illusion crumbles. Lively's not the savior. He's a mirage, and buying into it could sink us. Let's start dismantling this overhyped narrative with the first brutal truth. Lively's defensive potential is being sold as elite, but the tape reveals a raw, inconsistent project who's far from ready to anchor contenders' paint, and tying our fortunes to his development is a luxury we can't afford in LeBron's twilight. Sure, his block numbers pop, he ranked top, 10 among rookies last year, but dig deeper and the flaws scream. Per Synergy Sports, Lively's pick-and-roll defense allowed 0.92 points per possession, solid but not game-changing, and he got torched in isolation sets, where opponents shot 55% against him due to footwork that's still clunky and decision-making that's green. Comparisons to Gobert fall flat. Gobert was a DPOY candidate by age 23 with refined instincts, while Lively's per 36 stats, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, come in limited bursts against bench units, not starters. Hot takes from analysts like Zach Lowe on his podcast argue Lively's intimidation factor is overstated. He's more of a help-side swatter than a true anchor, often leaving gaps that savvy bigs like Nikola Jokic or Karl Anthony Towns, who exploit mercilessly. For the Lakers, who need immediate reliability to complement AD's roaming style, Lively's maturation curve, he's still learning to avoid fouls, averaging 3 per game in his minutes. Means we be investing in hope, not production. Remember JaVale McGee's stint with us? Flashy blocks, but inconsistent impact. Lively risks the same, especially in our high-stakes environment where mistakes get magnified under the Crypto.com lights. Building on that, the second pillar of this fool's gold case is the astronomical cost versus reward imbalance. Lively's trade value is inflated by hype, and coughing up valuable assets for him would gut our flexibility without guaranteeing returns, making it a sucker bet in a league where proven talent wins titles. Dallas isn't giving him away. Reports suggest they demand first-round picks or young upside like Dalton Connect, who's already shown shooting flashes, 38% from 3 in preseason, or even protected future first that we could use for a veteran like Walker Kessler or Daniel Gafford, as we discussed in previous videos. The equation doesn't add up. Lively's offensive game is embryonic, shooting just 74% from the free throw line and lacking any mid-range or three-point threat, 0% on attempts last year, meaning he clogs spacing in lineups with AD, forcing us into outdated twin tower sets that get exposed in today's pace and space NBA. Debates on Reddit r/NBA are fiery, with users calling him Diet Mitchell Robinson. All athleticism, no polish, and stats bear it out. His offensive rating was a middling 108 in Dallas, dragged down by limited scoring touch. Trading picks or prospect for that. It's like overpaying for a lottery ticket when we need a sure thing. Historical comps sting. The Hawks bet big on Onyeka Okongwu as their future big, but he's still developing while they chase playoffs. We can't afford that limbo with LeBron at 40. The hottest contrarian takes, like those from Skip Bayless on Undisputed, scream Lively's overrated. Lakers will regret this more than the Westbrook trade. And they're spot on. The cost erodes our depth, leaving us thin when injuries hit, as they have early this year. The third nail in this coffin is the cultural mismatch. Lively needs a patient, developmental environment to thrive, and the Lakers' win-now pressure cooker would likely stun his growth, turning a promising kid into another cautionary tale of rushed expectations. At 20, he's a blank canvas requiring coaching that emphasizes fundamentals over immediate results. Think how Dallas has eased him in with Jason Kidd's guidance, limiting minutes to build confidence. In LA, under JJ Redick's system that demands versatility and quick adaptation, Lively could get buried on the bench or exposed in big moments, eroding his value like we saw with Mo Bamba or Thomas Bryant. Talented bigs who flamed out under the spotlight. Analysts on the Ringer podcast argue the factor cultural is key. Lively thrives in low-pressure rebuilds, not title or bust scenarios where every foul or misrotation gets dissected on national TV. Our fan base and media circus would amplify his growing pains, potentially shattering his confidence. Plus, with AD already anchoring the paint, averaging 2.5 blocks early this season, adding another raw big creates overlap, not synergy. Lively's not mobile enough yet for small ball fives. Per second spectrum data showing him struggling in switches. Opponents shoot 52% when he defends guards. The debate rages on forums like Lakers Ground, where users label him a bust waiting to happen in LA, and it's valid. We'd be forcing a square peg into a round hole, sacrificing the calm maturation he needs for our chaotic chase. Finally, let's address the long-term trap. While Lively's upside sounds sexy for a post-LeBron era, it's a mirage that distracts from building a sustainable contender, and resisting him preserves our options for moves that actually extend our window. Projections show if we chase him, we tie up cap and assets in a multi-year development arc. By the time he's peaking at 24, LeBron's retired, and Doncic might be eyeing greener pastures if we're not winning. Instead, holding firm lets us target proven vets like Gafford or even a swing for Lauri Markkanen. As we've broken down before, bolstering our defense now without the weight. Data from Basketball Reference highlights that young bigs like Lively take 3 to 4 years to hit stride. Think Jared Allen's timeline, a luxury for rebuilders, not us. Hot takes from Kevin O'Connor argue, Lively's hype is all projection, no substance, and avoiding him keeps us agile for the trade deadline, potentially flipping picks for immediate help that pushes us past Denver or OKC. In the end, Dereck Lively II is fool's gold. Overhyped potential wrapped in a package that doesn't fit our timeline, cost, or culture, and resisting him is a smart play that safeguards our shot at glory. Lakers crew, is Lively worth the hype, or am I right to call him fool's gold? Drop your takes in the comments. Let's debate the trade-offs. If this breakdown saved you from the temptation, hit like and subscribe for more truth bombs. Stay sharp, purple and gold.